824, shot of the North Shore Mountains. Winter is coming, but those mountains already have winter conditions waiting for us to play in, and Dave Norona is here to help us play safe as well. Can we start with the baby stuff for just regular people and then maybe get more extreme as we roll along?
You bet, of course. And this is what we're going to talk about when we're talking about backcountry or avalanche safety. The first is the 10 essentials that you need to carry, whether it's summer or winter. It changes a little bit in the winter because you're going to carry a heavier jacket, but you can go on to adventuresmart.ca and they can load you up on all the information on what you need to carry. It's not a lot. It's just important stuff that if something goes wrong that you should have in your backpack, and you may be helping someone else. So that's really important. Great.
So what kind of things do we have there?
Well, we have like a light and a lighter to start some fire, a first aid kit, a space blanket. I always carry a down jacket. It looks really big here, but you can make them really small so they just fit in your pack, and when you get cold from climbing up, you put this on and you're good.
Great. And I mean, I see the helmet, and I remember, you know, back in the 90s, we never wore helmets, but now everybody's doing it, even the professional adventurers like you.
Of course. For skiing, snowboarding, on the hill, and of course into the backcountry, you know, a helmet is the smartest thing. If you go down and hit a tree or just hit your head, it's easy to wear, and it's actually more comfortable than the old-fashioned toque kind of thing.
Do you wear a toque underneath it to keep warm?
You can wear like a beanie to keep if it's really cold, but helmets nowadays are so warm that actually they've eliminated a lot of problems just in warmth, but also safety.
Great.
So it's really cool.
All right, so we're heading into the backcountry. What are some other essentials for us?
Yeah, I mean, first we want to mention that if you're going to go into the backcountry, the most important thing you can do is take an avalanche skills course. And this is a course, it's 2 days that you can take and learn about avalanches and all this gear that we're talking about. It's kind of a must-do if you're going to snowshoe or snowboard or ski tour or snowmobile. You have to do it. And one of the most important things is communication with the outside world. So a lot of times cell phones don't work. You should also have your cell phone off or in airplane mode because it can affect the work with beacons.
Really?
Through the wireless, yes. So you want to have that on. And what you can use is an inReach, which is a two-way satellite communicator. And this allows you to text or email anywhere from anywhere on the planet. And it also is your direct link to 911 search and rescue if you get into trouble and you can't, you're lost or you
with a GPS map, you'd have no I'm lost anymore. It would be I'm injured and need help more so.
Right. This also is preloaded with all the maps for North America, and you can load more maps from the rest of the world into it. So it's the first ever 2-in-1 GPS and personal locator. It's pretty awesome.
Dare I ask how much something like that costs?
You know what? The cost for it is between $500 and $600. It's actually not much once you have it. It's gold, and you can, like I said, you can let people know you're okay, which is the most important thing.
Definitely. Moving on.
When we move on into the backcountry, like if you and I were to go ski touring, the best is communication in us. And if there's only 2 people, you're usually quite close. But if there's a group of 4 or 5, you get spread out. And having a radio like this BC Link, it allows us to talk. It also helps when if you're skiing down the hill. If you can't see me, I can let you know, stay on the right side of my tracks or the left, or look out for certain things. And instead of yelling, these radios work, and it's just a safety thing to have.
It's not 1990 anymore.
Yeah.
So if we move on here, this is more the serious stuff. If you actually get yourself into an avalanche situation, these fold up probably pretty tiny.
Right. It's all designed to be really small, but this is mandatory gear that anybody who goes into the backcountry in the wintertime needs to have. So this is an avalanche transceiver that you or I would wear, and then if you go into an avalanche, I can use one to find you. We use the probe to pinpoint you because we can't see you because you're buried, and we use the shovel to dig you out. And finally, one of the ways of preventing...
I can't believe you go up into the mountains where you could have an avalanche bury you.
Well,
you're so brave.
It's almost much more dangerous to drive to work in the morning. So with the right gear and the right training, you can do it totally safely, and people do every day. So that's really important.
All right, let's end on a climax here. I've got my pack on. I'm going to be covered in an avalanche. What do I do? What's this pack going to do?
So if you were skiing down and you felt a whoomphing or cracking, you would just pull that.
Okay, here we go to break. Ready?
And so this just makes you a bigger person, which allows you to float on top of the avalanche rather than going under it.
Thank you so much, Dave. 828, Grouse Mountain, Cypress, they're all opening on Friday. More on the big North Shore reveal for winter coming up next. Woo!
Awesome.
That scared the crowd.
I know, I can tell.